Hey, how are you doing?
Good, good, good. Appreciate you taking the time. My colleague and I, huge fans. We're excited. 1 week away from the new season.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, no, I'm super excited for people to see this. We filmed this, last year, and so now people getting to see it. I'm excited. It's gonna be good, worth it.
Without, I guess, kind of giving too much away,
Yeah,
should fans kind of expect some major surprises? I mean, especially with even your character.
I think. Ooh, how to not give this away? This season, I'll say it's bloody. I think this is the bloodiest season we've had, and the stakes are raised up a notch. And for my character, I mean, I've always wanted to see him develop more as a karate, student, and I think this season we'll see some more of that. I can't give too much away, but yeah, you're not gonna want to miss it. It's
What
good.
what was it like? Kind of, I guess, kind of building a new camaraderie with some of the newer cast members because obviously you've been there since day one, and some of those castmates. I mean, all these seasons, and
Yeah.
now here it is. You got new people at the forefront.
I mean, it's great. I guess they call them now the younger generation, which I was, and so now not being that is a little interesting. But I think we got Griffin, Dallas, Una. They're all awesome. I think they're great additions to the team, and yeah, they're really good at karate too. It takes me like 3 months just to be able to throw a kick above my waist, but I know Una, she's super flexible. She didn't have any like previous experience with karate, and then she comes along and she's throwing like these tornado kicks, and I'm like, okay, so I quit. You can have my job now. No, I mean they're all awesome, and yeah, we're gonna see some more of them in season 5. So check them out.
Could you have ever imagined? I mean, day one reporting to the set that, I mean, what has been built with Cobra Kai that it could have built the acclaim that it is today? Did you ever see that coming?
I had no idea what to expect because when I did my audition, I did one. I never did a callback or anything like that because they were looking for my character for so long, and it was getting closer and closer to filming. That I went in, I auditioned, and they told me to fly out to Georgia to film that weekend. And so it was kind of a super rushed experience for me. So I had no idea what to expect and what this would become. I mean, when I first saw Ralph Macchio and William Zabka, I was like, okay, this is the real deal. We got we got like a good show here. And yeah, I think it surpassed everyone's expectations of what it would be. And I'm super happy. The creators of the show, they worked so hard. They deserve all the credit and glory.
Had you been a fan really seen the earlier films? Because I know you're pretty young, but maybe you always saw the newer Karate Kids. Were you familiar or?
I've actually never seen uh the ooh Jaden Smith. I've never seen that one before. I have to see that one. But I had seen the original trilogy. My dad introduced it to me growing up, and I always enjoyed it. But I've always said that it wasn't from my generation, and so it didn't have the same impact on me as it did, the generation from the '80s. Not until I did Cobra Kai, and then I really started to see like, okay, wow, this is like a really influential, story, and it's really cool to see just how many people can be inspired by it, and how I get to be a part of something inspirational. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, your character, it seems throughout one season to the next. I mean, it
Yeah.
seems like you had the character that, oh, there's a fight. I'm gonna run the other direction and kind of cower. And then as things went along, we got to see that intelligence plays a significant role in karate. It's not just a
Mhm.
physical thing. And we've really
Yeah.
seen that influenced in your character and kind of your defensive prowess. I mean, how you defended yourself against Hawk that one time and then kicked him into a glass.
Yeah.
And so how do you kind of see the evolution of your character, how you're able to build upon it? Because each season it seems like there's a different evolution of Demetri.
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool watching my character evolve from like season 1, getting his backpack thrown into a pile of yogurt, to then season 4 almost winning the All Valley. I mean, that's, quite the progression. I think for Demetri, it's just been kind of coming to terms with karate and figuring out how to approach it in his own way. And I think, Daniel, he was such a great sensei to Demetri. He kind of showed him like, okay, it's not all muscle. There's a lot of strategy involved, a lot of anticipating, which is something that Demetri does very well. He's very strategic in what he does. And so when he kind of found out that he could approach karate that way, I think he started to steer more into it and more accepting of karate as a whole. And because of that, I think he's just become a stronger fighter. And so for season 5, and who knows, maybe even beyond, I can't wait for people to see what he's able to do.
Which is probably why your character's endeared itself so much to fans out there, because maybe
Yeah.
people can see themselves in your role, that maybe they're not the most physically gifted person, but here it is, you're still able to kick some ass.
Yeah, exactly. The nerds can, strike too. I mean, we got Revenge of the Nerds, all that stuff. The nerds are cool, right? Yeah.
What would you tell somebody that wanted to follow in your footsteps? I know that you started acting as early as 8 years old, being in
Mhm,
commercials, doing the Disney realm, Nickelodeon, and all that. But
mhm.
to try and achieve where you're at, I mean, maybe there's a faster path than most people would normally try and engage themselves in.
I would say the biggest thing is if it's what you're passionate about, you have to stay with it. Because before even getting Cobra Kai, yeah, I started when I was 8 years old, and I didn't get Cobra Kai until I was 16, which was it was crazy. So it can be a very long process. So I would say if it's what you love, stick with it, stay in class. You can never stop learning. People like Leonardo DiCaprio, who have won all kinds of awards and they've done all these amazing movies. Stay in class. He stays in class. You got to do it because you can never stop growing. And I think that's what's really cool about acting in general. So yeah, if it's what you love, stick with it.
Awesome. And I'm just going to move you along. One of my colleagues is coming in. He's going
Oh,
to
cool.
talk to you as well. So
Okay.
introduce yourself.
Major fan, right? Just real quick, Gilly writes comics here. I got my own comic book, Galactic
Oh, yeah.
Rodents of Mayhem. Definitely check that out, guys. But I'm here with
Okay.
Gianni, who plays Demetri on Cobra Kai. Now, Gianni, one question I got to ask, okay? And I'm not trying to tap into the stereotypes here, right? But you were raving
Oh,
about the
God.
nerd power, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
real quick, because your character did get jumped in a comic book shop, okay?
Yeah.
I gotta ask, do you have a favorite superhero?
Ooh. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this counts. He's an anti-hero, but I gotta say Deadpool. I love Deadpool. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm accepted. All right, great. Yeah, I don't know. I love Deadpool.
Yeah.
I think they're like the only comics I've necessarily bought. The only other comic I've bought is, do you know the series Kick-Ass?
Of
With
course,
the
Mark
okay,
Millar.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
awesome.
major kick-ass
I
vibe sometimes in Cobra Kai, for sure, was definitely Dimitri's
yes,
character. Right on.
honestly, I didn't even realize that until yeah, just now. Just yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, I love the Kick-Ass comics. I remember walking to the theaters. I saw an ad for like Kick-Ass 2. I hadn't even seen the first one. I was like, oh shoot, I want to watch that. And my dad was like, no, you're too young. Also watch the first one. And so I watched the first one, then I watched the second one, and then I realized it was all based on comics, and so I got all the comics. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I belong in this role.
I'm gonna say this: your dad showed you the way, okay? Because not only after you seeing the movie, he says, "Son, let's pick up where it all began. Get the comic book."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. And then he also introduced you to the world of Karate Kid. So
Yeah.
from you going into the world of Karate Kid, you being open to kick ass, did you ever see yourself being in a similar type of role on the screen?
Man, I had no idea what to expect, especially from my character. When I did the audition, I got like no information other than it was like a Karate Kid, continuation. And the scene I got was the cafeteria scene where we first meet Demetri. So I had no idea where the character would go. And so getting to see him, kind of start to kick ass, a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
here and there. And like I said, almost winning the All Valley. It's great. I'm super happy. I was so jealous in the first season getting to see everyone else training for all these fight scenes. I was like, damn, that
Right.
looks cool. I want to do that. And so now here we are, season 4, and then who knows, in season 5 we'll see getting to do some more karate of my own. It's
Right
awesome.
on, right on. So you mentioned about your character. So we've seen in season one you being bullied, right?
Mhm.
Like just habitually, right? And we've gotten to the point where there's a robust arc brewing
Yeah.
within Demetri's character to the point where you had your rivalry with your best friend.
Yeah.
Y'all overcame that rivalry. Okay, that's
Yeah.
major because the whole thing of forgiveness, let's say you were able to set differences aside, even though you kicked him into a glass, and he
Yeah,
did
and then he broke my arm, and then
and
you
he
know it's
did break
oh
your arm, but that's
yeah.
what I think makes storytelling so dynamic when you can explore these opposing viewpoints and then find a way to bring it all back for redemption. So, with
Yeah.
that said, and not only that, you got to get your crush, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, nerd power right there. So,
Thank you.
so with that said, how much of Johnny, right,
Mm.
you like eked into Demetri's character, like, or is like already
Mm.
embedded in the character?
I would say it's like a 50-50 split. I brought a lot of myself to the character. I'm not as sarcastic and, hopefully not as annoying as some people tell me the character can be. But yeah, I definitely like to bring a good amount of myself to each character I play. And then, getting to do a show like this that runs for so long, you get to discover little things here and there about the character, and it just keeps growing and growing. It's like a snowball effect,
Mhm.
and to the point where Demetri, I would say, he's his own person now. It literally just takes a second for me to get into that character for the next season, and
Awesome.
yeah, it's great.
Awesome. So I know we can't throw too many spoilers out there. I get that. You know what I mean? I get
Oh.
that. But you got to dangle a little half a carrot, maybe half eaten one, maybe just the stem with the little grass roots
Okay.
coming out.
Yeah.
Will we see, like, I know we're seeing an evolution on your character, and the creators are doing an amazing job. And just the fact that this is such an old franchise that's been around that impacted your dad, to see
Mm,
it trickle into a new generation, that kung fu love, right? Like,
mm.
with that being said, will we see you perhaps with a new rival, maybe Kyler, who's been bullying you since day one, maybe freshman year? Like, is that
Uh,
something that could happen, or we don't know?
Just the stem. Just the stem. I'll say, they've always been at odds with each other. I think that's the one relationship I don't think he could ever salvage. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe some stuff between them goes down. I can't spoil much because otherwise they'll kill me. But
I get that.
yeah,
One
we'll
thing we
see.
do know, there will be blood. Okay.
Yeah, there's blood. Whose blood? We don't know.
We've seen rumbles, student rumbles in school. We've seen it, boil over into a house, breaking in, in the LaRusso house, and a fight spilling out in there.
Uh,
Maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Will we see an adult rumble? Will we see
oh,
the
say it again.
adults? Will we see the adults rumble? Lip
I
sealed, right?
mean,
Lip sealed, right? I'm asking for more than the stem now.
I don't know. Yeah, you're asking for the whole carrot now. You get the stem. No, I mean, I don't know. I'll just say this. The creators of the show, I don't know how they do it. They always manage to like top the last season. Going into it, I'm like, how could they possibly outdo themselves? And then I get the scripts and I'm like, oh, okay. That's how. And yeah, this season is no exception. So it's going to be worth the wait. You're not going to want to miss it. September 9th. Check it out.
Definitely. So just lastly, just closing it out.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, do you have, since your dad been showing you the way, okay?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Do you have a favorite martial artist?
Favorite martial artist? Oh, I've never like studied under like or learned from like one specific martial artist, so I don't know if I have like my favorite one. I want to check out I don't know if I'm saying this wrong. Ip Man?
Ip
Ip
Man,
Man?
Donnie Yen. That's Donnie
Yeah,
Yen.
yeah.
Donnie
I've
Yen.
seen clips that I want to see that. He looks awesome. I just like the way yeah, he has like a very Miyagi-Do approach to things where like he could just obliterate any opponent, but he chooses not to do it instead. And I think That's badass. Being able to take someone down, but choosing not to. That's tough. But I've always done like Krav Maga, which for anyone that doesn't know, it's like an Israeli sort of fight technique they use in the military.
Very
and it's not as flashy as like karate is. You know, there's no tornado kicks or spin kicks. So I don't know. Now you got me wondering. Now I gotta go watch. I gotta
check out when you check out Ip Man. Do check out some Bruce Lee.
Okay, yes, I do. Yeah, obviously Bruce Lee, he's awesome. He's the one, right, where they literally had to slow down the film just for him.
They literally had to do a slow motion because he was that fast. That's human. That's human body mechanics right there. They literally the film couldn't keep up with how fast he was. So
that's insane. Yeah, and that's Demetri in season 5. So check it out.
So awesome, Gianni. Thank you so much.
We appreciate it and look forward to the upcoming season. Thanks a lot.
No, thank you so much. Yeah, it was great talking to you guys. Awesome. I'll see you guys. I can't wait for you to get the whole carrot.
September 9th. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thanks, guys.